So, as far as the proposed staff cuts, I mean, how do you, where high school position, middle school position, I mean, what would be the two middle school positions? Do you have anything in mind?
Well, like the librarian.
So librarian, and what's the other one?
And then there's a staff member at the middle school, and the staff member has not been identified. The program has been looked at in terms of the class loads and what class structure would look like. So what it'd be is taking a position and folding it into other positions, so it's not a person or a class per se, as it is a combination of different classes folding together that different teachers teach. But at the end of the day, the contraction would it blend to one person's position being gone. So that's what the middle school position would look like. At the high school level, we're talking about a program, and the program that we are looking at the high school level is foreign language. You know, we have 2 foreign language teachers at our high school level, and you know, a lot of schools that are Class B have 1 foreign language teacher, and so we can meet accreditation standards by having all the students move through that 1 foreign language program.
What foreign languages do we have? German and what?
German and Spanish.
Is it one of them, or are you just looking at it?
One of those.
You got it narrowed down, or you're just one of the 2?
Yeah.
Which one?
German.
How are we on PE teachers?
PE teachers have pretty good sized class loads.
All of them?
How many PE teachers do we have? And are they split between, are they split between schools, like elementary, middle?
They have some shared staff.
Do they? Okay.
I'm sorry, how many do we have in high school?
We have Ms. Stock, Ms. Brager, Mr. Bearlocker, Mr. Colby.
4? And they're all jam-packed schedule.
They have solid schedules, yes.
Okay.
That's 4 for the whole, for K through 12.
Correct.
Yeah.
I definitely think there's some thought that needs to go into all this. But myself, now that I have this, I'd like to put a list of information together of questions, and then I'll send them to you. And I'm sorry, I've been real busy lately too, so I've been a little lacking on that. But with the information you gave me tonight, I would like to, you know, obviously just sit down and review it. And I have a number of questions I'll probably send to you. That'll help me go on with some of this, but that's kind of where I stand personally.
One more question on the PE teacher. They're not all, I mean, it's like PE and health, right?
Correct.
So they do health, and then there's one teacher that's not full-time PE, right?
Correct.
At least, okay.
All the PE teachers teach health?
No, it's split up. So
how's that?
So, for example, we have a required health component in middle school, and usually one of the teachers will say, okay, I'm going to take a third of the kids, and they're going to get health. They're going to be taught human sexuality and those types of things. And so the other 2/3 of the kids go with the other 2 teachers.
So who are our health teachers currently?
Yeah, they tend to rotate from year to year. I can't recall off the top of my head who's teaching.
So it's split every year?
They tend to. They try. Sometimes they split it up. Other times there's somebody who specializes in that and does a good job.
Of the 4?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know who that is.
I'm trying to think who that is.
Pretty sure
Stock, I thought, used to.
so Stock's the only health teacher?
Well, no, just right now.
Bearlocker teach health?
Yes, he could.
He could or he does?
He could.
So he doesn't?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Has he ever taught health?
Yes, he has.
Just recently?
I don't know, I'd have to go back and look.
Okay, sorry, we're getting off topic again.
I can verify that he has. It's been a few years though. But I know. I had just a question about the current budget that we got the other day.
Are we prepared to say tonight that, that we are willing to recommend to the board that the preliminary budget numbers that Mr. McGee has given us today? Or do we want to, or do we have more things we want to delve into?
I believe, I personally, I need more, I'm not ready for that, no.
Okay,
I would like
and I'm
to-
all
I'd
good with
like
that.
more time.
So I'm just asking if we feel like we're at that point, or if we need to talk some more, and I'm all for talking some more if we need to.
Okay.
Not so much talk, I need to do more research myself on my own time and then get the proper information, my questions to you.
Okay.
And I'm not to that point yet, but I need to and I will do it, so.
And as I understand it, there's a few things that need to yet be explored. And
Right.
one of the things that you've asked to be explored is the athletics in terms of the PE classes and where we're at there. Is that correct?
Well, I think that was a general question. My main concern is who were your proposed staff cuts, you know, and if when, you know, you're right at, I don't know, I'm not comfortable with saying, all right, that's the right positions to cut. I'm not, if that's what we need to cut. I think the budget deficit situation on out of district's another issue that could be addressed. There's a number of things here. The health insurance savings, I like to see that. That's the one thing that, you know, other than that, with the proposed staff cuts at this point, I'm not real comfortable with where that's at. I'd like to see more research in who's making these choices and show me why and where you're coming from on those. But
So we got a definitive list for what we're gonna group back with for our next meeting then? So we're gonna talk about, information about outsourcing the computer tech,
Mm-hmm.
okay? We're gonna talk about, we're gonna talk some more about out of district, is that what we're? is that
I
what
mean, I think we need to approach it differently and look at it as a deficit rather than a loss.
What I would like to see on the out of district, if possible, which I did look at this, so, but I would like to see, I would like to see if all 81 out of district kids chose not to go to Florence anymore, how much our cost per student would go up, and how much our OPI. With the OPI funding per student wouldn't change, right?
You know, OPI actually has
Or is it part of their
a
formula?
spreadsheet, I believe, Ms. Morgan, correct me if I'm wrong on this. Okay. My understanding is OPI has a spreadsheet that you can plug this stuff into to factor in how that decrease in enrollment just does not only affect your A to B payment, but it gets into your basic entitlement payments and everything.
Your budget authority, you.
Your budget authority and everything else. So then there's somewhat of a ripple effect that transpires as a result.
So I would kind of see, I would like to see like best case scenario where, I don't want to say best case scenario because it's neither here nor there, but I'd like to see if all 81 kids stayed in and we charged them out of district, what changes that would make.
Yeah.
And then what if
Charge them at what level?
Missoula does 1,200, somewhere around, you can round it off at 1,000.
Okay.
And then, see if we lost all 81 of those kids, kind of what that would look like. I'm not saying we would lose all 81, but I think we should see both ends of the spectrum.
About researching it, you know,
Yeah.
about research.
Survey those parents.
Survey those parents.
We could, yeah, maybe survey those parents and do a.
I think it's a large enough number to look at when, I mean, we're looking at $250,000. I mean, I think that's very reasonable.
I mean, I'd like that information to make a better judgment and recommendation, so. But, and then I think that it's our duty as budget committee that if we don't like the cuts that have been proposed, that if, you know, you sleep on it, you decide you don't like that, then you should probably come with something.
Which is where I'm at. I totally agree with that. I think I should give you some proposals back rather than everything just come to me, so, and that's what I need time.
It's really hard to move forward if we're not making recommendations back, so.
A quick question on this proposed staff cuts, when you say we, who is we involved in?
Administrative team,
Which is who?
which is Mr. Grabowska, Mrs. Hall, myself, and Mrs. Backus.
That four? That's the four that are discussing, okay. And you guys meet, what is that, it's not a scheduled meeting, is it just?
We meet periodically.
Okay. All right, I think that's fair enough as far as tonight goes.
So again, the list is, I just want to go over that one more time, we're going to get some outsourcing on computer information. We're going to talk about this out of district stuff or bring back more information. Is that the two, or was there one more?
I think maybe maybe we can bring back some proposed cuts on our own as a committee.
Sure.
And propose that as the next, and then talk about those. And this cutting stuff's not easy stuff, I totally agree. It's in any business, it's hard stuff, but.
I just want to clarify one thing though, if we're bringing back proposed cuts, the principal position, that's already been put into motion.
It's already
Okay.
done.
Yeah.
So that's done,
Mm-hmm.
so.
Yeah.
So we're looking to bring back proposals for that amount for the 2 middle school and the 1 high school position.
Correct.
About 150. Okay.
Anything else?
You said another date?
Yeah, we should do that. Has everybody got their calendar? That's a good idea. Keeping in mind that regular board meeting is Tuesday the 8th of April, and then the continuing strategic planning meeting is the 15th.
I think that's the 16th.
I thought Joe told us the 15th, but we should, I was pretty sure he said the 15th, because I think I said tax day or something, and he goes, yes.
Okay.
That's why that sticks in my mind, so, but we'll double check that. But anybody have a particular date that's better for them?
Which one do you propose, what was the date? Which one did you pick a date? I'm sorry.
No, we haven't picked a date.
Oh, sorry.
The strategic planning, though, that date with Montana School Boards Association, I believe is the 15th, and then, of course, our regular board meeting on the 8th. So those 2 nights are already taken.
So maybe the week of the 21st?
That's for April.
That's Easter Monday. Are we having that day off? We're going to school on Easter Monday? Okay.
It's March Madness tonight.
Yeah.
That works for me, 'cause the rest of that week I'm gone, so. The only one if we were to pick that week, it'd be the 21st, that Monday.
It doesn't have to be that week.
I mean, that works for me personally, it works good.
That way, if something comes up, we have a few extra days in the month. If we pick the 21st, does that sound good with everybody?
I like it.
Okay, so on our usual 6:30 here then.
That works.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so everybody's got their homework, and thanks for hanging in.
All right.
And we'll see y'all next time.